How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Prime Energon, and today we're going to be checking out the BaiWei SPOCK, aka Shockwave from Transformers Dark of the Moon. And wow, I just have to say, wow, this guy looks freaking awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So pretty basic packaging. They have them labeled as SPOCK Interstellar Pirates Alloy Edition. This is the BaiWei TW-1028. Same image on front and on the back, as you can see right there. And some stuff at the bottom that you cannot really read. Other than that, pretty basic box and packaging. Just has the same figure of Shockwave on the front and on the back. So taking a look at Shockwave right here, very nice coloration. This is definitely a lot more purple than the actual Studio Series leader class that came out when the movie came out, Dark of the Moon. And if you weren't able to pick that guy up, this is an excellent option considering the fact that that figure probably goes for a huge amount of money if you were to find it. This is under $30 off the Shozi. I'll post a link in the description down below, that way you guys could check it out. But yeah, fantastic. He's pretty sturdy other than the head. The head is my only issue with this ball joint. Of course, you could probably tighten it up with some super glue. But yeah, after a while, the head is very loose. But other than that, he looks freaking menacing. He just looks awesome. Very similar to the way he looked in the movie, except for the coloration. Definitely more purple here than the Studio Series. The Studio Series was more gray and had a little bit of purple, but this is a lot of purple on this guy. So let's take a closer look at this guy. As far as the details go, very nice coloration. I love all this dry brushing of the silver. Definitely makes him look like he's been through some shit, I tell you that. This guy looks awesome. I like this little splash of gold that they got, a little mustard color on the chest, and every now and then you see it on some parts of the body, on the hands. So very nice head sculpt here. Very nice. Like I said, I hate that it is loose, and I will probably start working on that. But if you're turning around, very nicely sculpted. Nice pointy horns on there. Looks fantastic. Even the back of the head looks really good. As far as that goes, the shoulders look really nice as well. Very nicely done with the sculpt work. You do have some softer plastic right here on the arms. That is for, you know, articulation and stuff. You won't get in the way. Taking a look at the chest part right here, very nicely done with that chest, and the crotch looks really nice. I believe these pieces are taken from a Megatron. As far as the hips go, they look very similar. And then taking a look at the legs, now apparently these parts are die cast, very thin die cast on the kneecaps. And then taking a look at the feet, very nicely done with that purple and these spikes right here. Really nice. These are our softer plastic, so you won't be pricking yourself anytime soon. And then taking a look at the arms, so he does have two separate arms. He have one arm with the hand over here, very nicely sculpted, and the hands, fingers are very nicely articulated, so that looks really nice. And then his other arm cannon over here, look at this thing. This thing is massive. Looks really nicely done. They even put in a thumb right here. I don't know why, for articulation, but you have a thumb right there. Looks very nicely sculpted. Taking a look at the outer side. Again, very nice with this gold right here around the barrel. Looks really good, and the molding and the detail, all this intricate detail on here just looks phenomenal. Like these third, fourth party people, manufacturers, they do a bang up job of giving us Studio Series figures at a cheaper price, and I really dig that. He looks fantastic. Now let's spin it around to the back. You get these nice thrusters back here that look really nice, nicely painted as well with that gunmetal and that weathering. Taking a look at the back right here, cleans up very nicely. No hollow spaces on this guy whatsoever. his hose that goes along the back to his arm cannon. Taking a look at the legs, you get some nice tread detail. Little wheels over here for tank mode, which is definitely a little underwhelming. He just pretty much just folds in half for a tank, but still, you're going to have him on a shelf like this, guys. He is absolutely fantastic. You get another wheel down here. Taking a look at the legs, very nicely done with these tanks. Again, might have been a retool from a Megatron with those tank treads on the back, but look at the detail. Very nicely done with this guy. He looks fantastic. His feet look fantastic. He just looks really, really good. So as far as articulation, so the head is on a very loose ball joint. It's got 2 points of articulation. You get the ball joint up here, but then there's also this joint right here, which swivels back and forth for articulation. The ball joint is the one that's going to be really, really loose. You can't have it all the way inward, or you could bring it up just a little bit like so and have his head popping out a little bit more. You can't go all the way around with that loose head, and the arms can go all the way out, and they can go full all the way around. You get a nice bicep rotation. You get 90-degree bend at the bicep on that arm. On this arm, again, 90-degree bend at the bicep as well. And the arm can go all the way around, but you're just gonna have to take off that hose to get a little bit more articulation on that arm. So yeah, very fantastic. Again, bicep rotation over here on the other side as well. The legs can kick all the way forward, which is absolutely fantastic. And they can kick all the way back. Now this joint does tend to come undone just a little bit. Just got to snap it in there. They can kick all the way out, so we can do the full splits. So that's really nice. You get a rotation right here on the upper thigh. And as far as the bend at the knee, you get a little over 90-degree bend at the knee. This piece can move in and out to fill in some of that gappage right there. So that's really, really good. And just bend that out of the way to get more range of motion. The feet can extend outward to give you some nice toe, front, and back. You get a nice ankle tilt right there. It only goes in one way, and then you fold the foot back in. You get your normal solid state of foot. So that's really, really good. The hands are articulated. If you were to take off his sword, which we'll look at in a little bit, which is really nice. Hands are articulated. You get wrist rotation. And all of these fingers are individually articulated on ball joints. So that's really nice. Very nicely done with them. They look very menacing with these like spikes on the front. And they are made out of a soft plastic again. So you're not going to be stabbing yourself or hurting yourself. So that's really good. And like I said, wrist rotation, go all the way around. And it can go in and out. So that's really nice. So his accessory, he does get this nicely done weathered blade right here. Pretty solid too. I like that. Here it is at the bottom. And you can store this either on the outside of his arm to give you that look, or undersling it like he had in the movie. You get another port down here, but it does get in the way of hand articulation, so you can't really move the hand around. Once this is on there, you can angle it in and out if you want to, just to get it out of the way. And of course, his arm cannon, which is again nicely done. Another accessory. For some reason, this piece can come out for some odd reason. I do not know, but hey, it could come in and out if you want it to come in and out, and then just put that back in there. But yeah, very, very nicely done. The arms do tend to come out of their mushroom pegs a little easy. Like this one's already coming out. You just gotta sort of get it back in there, and you are good to go for those mushroom pegs. And as far as the hose goes, it does have a connection point down here, which does come out pretty easily. And you get a nice hinge joint over here for the backpack for that hose to go into. Hose is very pliable, easy to articulate for that hose as well. So as far as comparisons, we also got the BaiWei Sentinel Prime, again from Dark of the Moon. Very nicely done with these figures. Again, if you weren't able to pick this guy up, official studio series, this is a nice option. These figures are under $30. I believe this one has gone up to 40 maybe, but still very nicely done. Very nice options if you do not want to spend that extra money on the official studio series. Dark of the Moon, Optimus Prime. So as you can see, he is absolutely dwarfed by SHOCKWAVE. Very, very nice. Now we know why Optimus Prime busts out the jet wing to go up against SHOCKWAVE. So very nicely done as far as scaling goes. Here he is up against the Revenge of the Fallen. So very nicely scaled. Definitely two menacing Decepticons. And yeah, the Decepticons on the BaiWei movies are a lot more menacing than any other movies. They're just huge and massive. And SHOCKWAVE here had his driller along with him in the movie, so that was even cooler. That would have been awesome if we could get a driller accessory to go with SHOCKWAVE. Oh, that would be really, really cool. So as far as transformation goes, this guy, again, pretty easy to transform. He pretty much just folds into himself. So you're going to want to put him in a T-pose, straighten out the arms, and make sure they are nice and straight, and then bring him out just like that and put him in a T-pose. You're going to come on over to the backpack and unhinge this, which does come out, and just get that out of the way. Now I have to say that some of these parts are a bit flimsy. The plastic is very thin, but I don't feel like it's going to break. You're going to break open his arms right here off to the side and fling him to the back, just like so. And again, like I said, very flimsy with this plastic, as you can see right there. Look at that. But I think it'll be okay and it won't break, so we should be all right. So now that you got that done, you're going to extend the head and sort of just bring it back on this joint and just rest it to where he's looking up, doing that little bit right there. You're going to want to make sure the legs are completely straight and make sure that the kneecap is flush on the legs. Rotate around, bring this whole piece out. And then you're going to want to rotate his heel spur inward, just like so. That out of the way. Do the same thing over here. Flick in his heel spur, bring that inward, and then extend the foot out and just bring it on down, just like so, to where the toes are pointing downward, just like that. Make sure the legs stay straight. And then you're going to want to bring that back around and make sure they are straight. And you're going to get something along the lines of this for his actual feet. Now you're going to want to unhinge right here at the legs. You get a nice joint right there. All of this is going to come down just like that. Do the same thing over here. Unhinge, bring this down. And what I like to do is hold right here and swing these around, because as you can see right here, you do get a lot of flex on that plastic piece. And again, while it doesn't seem like it's going to break, I don't want to take the risk, so pretty much just hold right here at the hinge, fling the legs up just like so, and then you're going to want to make sure that this locks into place and is completely straight. You're going to get this tab right over here that's going to go right into that notch right there for the leg, and just connect this together. And then you're going to have this look right here. Do the same thing over here. Hold, make sure you lock this into place, straighten this out just like so. Hold right here at the hinge and flick the leg all the way around. You're going to get that tab that's going to go right into that notch right there. Tab that in there. Now you're going to come on over to the top. Make sure his head is back. He won't stay. These two pieces of his heels are pretty much just going to go in front of his face, just to block things up a little bit like so. You can put his head down if you want to, and then extend it back just like that. And then these two pieces can cover everything if you want to do that and have this look. That way his head is fully covered. Now we're going to come on over to the arms, and they're pretty much going to come down and tab into play. Make sure that this tab is rotated down, so just rotate the arm just like that, and then you're going to get this tab right here that's going to go right into that arm, and then bring everything down and just snap that into place just like that. And we got one side of the arm done. Do the same thing over here. Bring this down and just articulate the hand however you want, just to make it flat, and then bring this part down as well. Now some of these tabs do tend to come undone, and again you got this notch right on his forearm that's going to go right onto this tab right there. Bring that down and just snap that into place the best you can. It's kind of hard to see in there, but once you get it, you got it. And then the other side came undone, so let's just go ahead and connect that again. They're pretty much going to come up. You got these two tabs right in here that are going to go right into those two slots, and just snap those in there, and we are going to be in the home stretch, guys, as far as Shockwave goes into his tank mode. As far as his hose, you're going to go ahead and just weave it underneath in between his legs, just like so. And you got two spots over here that you could put it on, either this one or that one. It does not matter. Let's go ahead and put it on this one. And there we go for Shockwave into his tank form. And like I said, it's pretty much just him folded in half, and definitely have him on your shelf in robot mode, but he still does look pretty damn menacing. Very Cybertronian tank mode. He does have wheels at the bottom, so you can roll him around pretty nicely. Not that great as far as rolling around, but he does roll around. I think the hose gets in the way. And here he is from the bottom, so you definitely can't see his face, his chest, and everything. Again, with that detail, looks very, very nice. I love these spikes in the front. They look absolutely fantastic. And then here he is at the top. Pretty much how he looks, just folded in half. The thrusters look really nicely done. You also get these thrusters that are lining up from his hips onto the back, so very nice. You can adjust these however you want it. But yeah, pretty much just folds in half for tank mode, but still looks very menacing as Shockwave. So very, very nice. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review of the TW-1028 by BaiWei SPOCK, aka Shockwave, from Transformers Dark of the Moon. Very nicely done figure. At the price point, this is fantastic. Check this guy out. Forget the Studio Series, which is expensive, and just get this guy. It's just as good. And this extra purple on the coloring, total throwback to the G1 Shockwave. I love it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time here on Prime Energon. Peace.